we're still here in this library. I still have my crunchy drink. That is too loud for this library setting. But let's continue to hang out. I was talking about self-doubt, and I think we were getting a bit too serious. I think I've been getting too serious in general. Like, all the videos I've posted so far have been very philosophical, very serious, very deep, and intellectual. I don't want to be that, I don't want to only go deep. I think there should be a balance between deep topics and shallow topics. We shouldn't be taking life so seriously, so I will try not to take some of my videos so seriously. So I think we should talk about a lighter topic, still with a philosophical lens, because what can you do? That's how I think. That's how I approach things. Now that we're hanging out together, I'd like to talk about friendships, actually. So, do you have any friends? Do you have friends? Because, I don't have any friends. Well, I do have friends, but, I don't have any best friends anymore. I don't have any close friends that I can talk about anything with, So, do you have any friends like that? Do you have any close friends? Any best friends? If you do, awesome. And if you don't, well, we're in the same boat. We're in the same boat. Yeah, I think we've become a friendless society. It's weird because, I think we've become more socially isolated. And I think there are many reasons for that. First of all, I think the invention of the internet played the biggest role, and we've slowly been socially isolating since the 2000s. But it was a slow progress, right? We were still social, but I think things changed drastically when the pandemic happened, and we were all forced to socially isolate. And now that the pandemic is over, we've kind of gotten used to isolating, so we're just continuing like that. Yeah, so now that the pandemic is over, I think we've just gotten used to socially isolating, and we've kind of forgotten how to socialize. So I think the pandemic has been a big contributor to social isolation. And now people have very extreme worldviews and perspectives, and I think that's contributing to even more social isolation. And even if you are socializing, you're only socializing with people that have the same worldview as you, that have the same beliefs and opinions as you, or close enough, So I think there's social isolation and a big social divide between genders, between different groups of people. I think humanity has become very divided and isolated from each other. So if you're in a group, you're still isolated because you're isolated from other groups of people, because there's this weird animosity between people, between different groups of people. I don't know, we're living in weird times, but what do you think? What do you think? Do you view the world as I do, or do you think it's a better place than it has been before the pandemic? I don't know. I would think it's a worse place compared to before the pandemic. But, just like we have ups and downs in life, I think humanity has its own ups and downs. So, I think we're just living in a down era, and we'll just have to keep our hopes up and have the courage to live better, live more lovingly, despite the reality and world we live in. So, yeah. I'm getting so philosophical again. But I think a silver lining is anime friendships. I don't know, do you watch anime? That's the first question. If you do, then great. If you do, then nice. What I love the most about anime is the concept of friendships that they portray. Like, anime friendships are nothing like real world friendships, right? Like, an anime can take 5 completely different people with different personalities, different perspectives, different worldviews, and clump them together and create like this beautiful friendship, this beautiful friend group out of these completely different 5 people. When you watch these different personalities come together and love each other and support each other and like have their backs, go through thick and thin together and overcome challenges together, I don't know, personally I feel like this envy. I feel a deep sense of envy and like nostalgia for something I've never experienced. This like longing for something I've never experienced. Do you feel the same way when you watch those animes that have friend groups in them? There's something else. And like sometimes I wonder, why can't we have those kinds of, friendships in real life? Why can't we have that anime friend group like dynamic, the same vibes in our real life? I mean, it's gonna be a deep topic if I talk like in depth about it. I think there's multiple different reasons, and I think I've talked about some reasons in my previous videos, but I really wish that we could like have that sense of camaraderie and truly see other people that have different personalities, different worldviews, different perspectives as comrades rather than enemies, rather than competition, rather than other people. In my ideal world, everyone sees each other as a comrade, as a friendly person, and like we're all living peacefully and in harmony, and we have these ideal communities and loving and supportive communities and loving and supportive friend groups where even if every person has a different personality, has a different worldview, has a different perspective and mindset, that we can still come together and like support each other and love each other and overcome challenges together. I don't think the world would change in a day, but maybe. I'll keep the hope that I can someday experience an anime friend group vibe. I'll cling on to the hope that sometime in the future I can find friends that will create that anime friend group dynamic, that anime friend group vibe together. And friendship takes effort. It takes effort. It takes consistent effort from every person to maintain friendships. So once you stop putting in the effort to maintain a friendship, it's gonna die. So getting an ideal group of friends takes a lot of hard work and effort and flexibility and adaptability and open-mindedness and trial and error and experimentation. And sometimes it's just easier to just escape reality and experience that kind of friendship through anime and just like watch 2D characters love and support each other. I think I will have to put in that effort to create a friend group like that. I don't know if I'll ever be able to find friends like that in a way where we can create a friend group that is loving and supporting and long-lasting like that. I don't know if I'll ever be able to find a friend group like that, but in the meantime, I will be watching anime and experiencing how friendships could be like through those animes. Currently, actually, I haven't been able to watch animes as much as I would like. It's weird because I procrastinate a lot, but like, even though my ideal procrastination would be watching anime, I kind of like punish myself by not watching anime. Because, like, if I'm going to procrastinate, I can't procrastinate doing the thing I actually want to procrastinate with. Does that happen to you too? Like, you really want to do something, but you also have something that you should do. So instead of procrastinating on what you should do with what you actually want to do, you procrastinate with, like, useless things that you don't really want to do, like scrolling on your phone. I actually want to watch anime, and I should be doing this thing, but instead of like procrastinating by watching anime, which is something I actually want to do, I end up like scrolling on Instagram or like scrolling on YouTube for hours and hours. And like, if I'm gonna procrastinate anyway, why don't I just watch the anime, right? It's weird. It's really weird. I think I'm trying to like punish myself. I don't think I'm punishing myself, but I think like getting into an anime means that you'll be spending a few hours watching that anime, if it's not One Piece, or Naruto or something like that. But like, that you're gonna binge watch the anime for at least 3 hours, So you convince yourself that instead of watching the anime for 3 hours, it's better to just scroll on your phone for 5 minutes, but then that 5 minutes ends up becoming 3 hours. So you still end up procrastinating for 3 hours, but you somehow convince yourself that procrastinating for 3 hours by watching anime is less productive than procrastinating by scrolling on your phone. So you think you're being more productive, and you think you can like stop whenever you want and like start doing the thing you should be doing. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know if it's possible to have a friend group like the ones that we see in anime. If you do have a friend group like that, please comment down below and let us know, because I think we're all like hoping to see evidence of that in the real world. Please let us know down in the comments that it's possible for us to have friend groups like that. I think it'll ignite a lot of hope in all of us. In the meantime, let's continue hanging out together, and let's continue watching nice shows where friendships are too good to be true. Sometimes I just wish, we could all isekai to a better reality. But I think we have to accept that the things that we long for, the things that we desire, take hard work, take effort, take consistency. It takes work. Ideal friend groups don't just fall from the sky. Do you believe in that shifting reality stuff? During the pandemic, I came across like Shift Talk. Did you guys ever come across Shift Talk? Usually young teenagers would like talk about how they shift realities, and like they can shift to whichever reality they want, and they can shift back to this reality whenever they want. They can shift to Hogwarts and like live the Hogwarts life in the Harry Potter world, And they're talking about it as if like they actually shifted and like lived in a completely different reality. To some degree, I believe it's possible, because I truly believe that there are infinite realities that exist simultaneously. If you also believe that, reality is basically a simulation. If reality is a simulation, and if there are infinite realities, that means there are infinite simulations. And if the only real thing is your consciousness, you should be able to shift between different simulations and experience different realities as a result, right? But like, I don't know if after having chosen to live in this simulation, if your consciousness can just like switch between simulations. Like, I don't know if it's possible to transfer your consciousness from this simulation to a completely different simulation and experience a completely different reality. What do you think? Do you think that's possible? I think some of those shifters, I think they're exaggerating or like confusing lucid dreams with shifting realities. So it's hard to tell who's telling the truth and who's just like making up fantasy. Some guy's playing with fire in the library. Do you believe that it's possible to shift to a completely different reality where everything is different? Like, your parents are different, your friends are different, you suddenly have a group of friends that you want to have. You're suddenly living in a house that you want to live in. Like, do you think that's possible? Or do you think that's complete bull? Let me know. Well, in any case, we have to make the best out of what we have, right? So, since we're living in this simulation, we're living in this reality, we have to make the best out of it that we can. So, let's not give up. Let's put in the effort to create the reality that we want. And yeah. Wow, that guy's like actually playing with fire. Okay, I should get out of here before the library burns down. So yeah, that'll be all for today. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching. Please take care of yourself. Please be kind to yourself. Please be kind to others. If you enjoyed hanging out with me in this video, please consider watching my other videos, especially the previous video, because like I'm still hanging out with you right here. So yeah, please consider watching my other videos. Please consider subscribing to my channel and comment, like, whatever you can. I would really appreciate that. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.